This is Kat.
And this is Matt.
Welcome to the KatnNat podcast,
Where we talk to people from the unified generation
and promote the inclusion revolution.
Today we're talking to Britney Bautista and Sidney Tanaka, a unified pair from Special Olympics Hawaii. They attended the 2018 Special Olympics USA Games in Seattle, Washington, and were featured in the Be the Change, a Special Olympics Unified Champions school film. Since then, they have been fighting for inclusion in their hometown of Maui. And we are so excited to have them on our show.
How are you guys?
Good.
So good to see you.
Hi, Sidney.
Hi, Britt. We actually haven't seen each other since graduation, so.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw your guys' picture for graduations.
It was so fun.
Looked so cool. Oh, I wanted to show you.
It was really hot, though.
Oh my god, you're wearing the shirt I gave you.
Oh my goodness, I love it so much. And I still have the necklace too. I have it hung up on my wall. So, Britney and Sidney, can you tell us about the process of filming Be the Change, a Unified Champion Schools film? What were some of your favorite moments and what was difficult about the filming process?
Britt, you can go first.
Okay. My favorite moment of the filming process was the film crew coming to my high school and coming into our recreational leadership class, but also coming into my life and what I do and filming me and my teammate in our cross-country uniforms running. It was difficult at first since it was new for me, but I got used to it after a while.
Yeah. What about you, Sidney?
Okay, so my favorite part was them coming to Maui too, and like seeing how we do things on the Little Rock and all. And it was also really cool. They came to my taiko practice and we got to perform a couple songs for them, and just looking at their faces and seeing how frazzled they look and all. It was really fun. And the hardest part would probably be being on a video and having to do interviews and stuff, because I'm really not good at that, and I don't like being in the camera and stuff. So I got used to it after a while, but it was still a little tough in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you guys were so eloquent. It was awesome. Nat, you want to do?
Yeah, so the next question for you guys is, what were your favorite learning experiences from the youth leadership experience in Seattle? What was your biggest takeaway?
My favorite learning experience was volunteering at the Young Athletes Festival. I got to have a hands-on experience with young children with ID and teaching at 2 different stations. The children were super adorable and very happy. My biggest takeaway is knowing that Special Olympics is making a huge impact by spreading awareness across the nation and world to practice inclusive acts and end discrimination.
Those kids were so cute. Oh
Yeah, they were definitely adorable.
I have my favorite picture from the Wiley is when we were doing the parachute, and there was this little girl with Down syndrome. Oh, darling! I'm like, I wanted to steal her in a not weird way.
Young Athletes was such an amazing experience for, I think, all of us. And
yeah, I wish we can go back to that 1 week and do it like 1,000 times over and over again.
yeah, no,
It was so sad leaving you guys, and like I never seen you guys in person for like a lot of months already.
yeah, we were sleepless in Seattle.
What about you, Sidney? What were some of your favorites?
I just loved the whole trip entirely. It's hard for me to pinpoint one area that I loved. It was just a really new experience for me, because I do travel a lot sometimes, whether it be with family or with my taiko club, and things are just so different, and it was just a whole new experience to do this entire trip. But I liked, even though I don't like talking and stuff and being on the mic and being in the camera, I think my favorite part was going up to people and asking them in that interview thing we had to do. Do you guys remember that? I forget what it's called, but we had to go up to like 10 people and ask them questions and stuff. And we met some really nice people. There's these guys from Texas who just kept coming back and talking to us because of the interview, and they're just so fun. And I think just my biggest takeaway from it is that there's everyone does everything differently, and it's just really cool to see what other people do in other situations rather than what we see every day in Hawaii. I just love seeing the new experience because I like observing and stuff. So it's just really cool to observe and see all these different things.
Yeah. With like unified sports and stuff, what's like different in Hawaii than some of the land states? I know how to talk.
Well,
Main 49 states.
Yeah.
well, we don't have as much sports like our games and stuff. Like we have track and field, we have softball, bocce ball, we have basketball, and those are like the 4 we do at Maui High. But like I know there was swimming. Maui does have a swimming team, I believe, but it's not in the school. And like because we're like high school, I'd say it is competitive, but it's not really competitive, you know. It's just it's there for fun. And which it always should be there for fun, but there should also be a competitive component in there a little bit, you know, just to keep it. But just watching, because we got to watch some of the games and all of that, it was just watching the different energy that it had. It made me want to bring it back and try it out with our teams and all of that, to bring back them, like to get more energy and stuff, to get everyone participating, because we still have some people who sit on the side and all of that.
With that, so 4 months after USA Games, you both hosted the Pamakai Youth Sports Day in Maui, right?
Yeah.
What was this experience like, and what inspired you to create this event?
I was able to go back to my elementary school and teach bocce ball to the students. The film crew came to capture every movement of the event. Every child that participated had huge smiles, and it made the countless hours of preparation worth it. This event was inspired by, I didn't have Special Olympics when I was a younger child, and this was my chance to give back to my community and the younger generation.
That's so cool.
That's amazing.
I miss elementary school. Like I want to go back because like
I feel that.
I mean,
Our
before
elementary school had AC inside it, so I loved our elementary school.
so now you guys are graduated. What are you planning to continue spreading inclusion? What colleges are you guys going to?
my plans to continue spreading inclusion are continuing my advocacy with my Special Olympics Youth Ambassador position and supporting the organization with their fundraisers and events. I'll be attending the University of Hawaii My College in the fall, studying early childhood education.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Sidney, what about you?
So to keep inclusion going with Special Olympics and all, I'm actually gonna go to Pacific University in Oregon in the fall, and they have Special Olympics over there, or not Special Olympics, but they have unified sports, and they do have like best buddies and programs to do with all of that. So I plan on sticking in that or trying it out and seeing it, and then when I'm done with college, I actually want to come back to Maui and hopefully make more unified sports teams outside of schools as well. Just we only have like 2 right now maybe on the whole island, so I really want to come back and make more unified sports teams.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
that is a great thing.
Yeah, we need more unified sports. Like,
Yeah.
In the beginning of this past school year, we were going to go to all do basketball for Special Olympics, but then because we only have 1 team on Maui, we have to rely on the Oahu Island for teams, but they all dropped out last minute, so we couldn't do basketball. I mean, we all ended up doing bocce ball, which was really fun too, but it's hard preparing for something when we have to rely on other islands to have teams and all.
Yeah, totally.
You feel you?
Do you guys have like for every island a different, or is it just a different?
I think it's different, not counties. It probably is islands. Yeah, like there's Oahu, but Oahu has like a lot because that's the
Yeah, the central.
Yeah, so they have a lot. I'm pretty sure Hilo has, Kauai has. I think
Big
every
Island.
island has, except for one of the islands, the
Cool.
Forbidden Island.
Awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. All right, let's see. Can you tell us what diversity means to you, and what is the significance of diversity in Special Olympics?
Diversity means a group of people or an individual who has differences that people can understand or relate to and discriminates us for it. The significance of diversity in Special Olympics is we celebrate differences and welcome individuals with and without ID through unified sports, leadership programs, and other networks.
That's awesome. Yeah, in USA Games, we had a lot of diversity there. It was so
Yeah,
seeing Special Olympics like in every
and in every nation, it's like
every state.
we had the same like message, but like
Yeah.
they have like different sports. I think like in other nations.
Yeah, or other countries too. I mean, Canada can be different from the U.S. Europe can be different from the U.S.
Oh, I always want to go to Europe. My place I want to travel to Europe is Paris.
Oh yes, I love Paris. I want to go so bad. We stopped in Amsterdam, so that was close enough to France. Yeah, I got a chat. Wow. I got
Something croissant.
She was in heaven, right? It was delicious. It was the best tooting.
we have croissants here, but like it's more fresher in Paris. Cause that's like where it's like known for Paris and your croissants.
What are some of like your favorite? Sorry, we're going off track for a second.
It's okay.
What are some of your guys' favorite Hawaiian foods?
Sidney, you want to go first?
Okay, I have some. Well, I don't know if it's considered Hawaiian food, but it's just really popular over here. But acai bowls, do you guys know what that is?
I've heard of those before.
It's like acai. It's like a berry, and then you put granola on it, and then I think some Jamba Juices somewhere. Like I don't know if it's in every state, but Jamba Juice sells it, and then they put like granola and fruit and stuff. We have a really, really good one over here called Mo'ono, and so good. And then spam with sabis.
Oh,
I love spam with sabis.
Brittany, what about you?
Spam with sabis, lao lao, which is like kalua pork. Like so at like parties in Hawaii, at like grad parties, there's like some people that serves Hawaiian food, and like there's rice, lomi salmon, which is like tomato, and I think, and then like chocolate hapia, which is a dessert. It's like
it's coconut.
Yeah,
it's
coconut.
like a coconut jelly, I'd say. It looks like a jelly, but it's called hapia.
I'm like, my favorite foods are pretty boring. Pizza and ice cream. I mean, with
fried chicken, mac and cheese.
I mean, with themed food, it's only fried sauce. Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of fried sauce? We were talking about this at USA Games. It's ketchup.
What is it?
Ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together. It's a Utah thing. Yeah.
Fry? Is it called fry sauce?
Yeah. It's some states call it mayo chup, I guess. Yeah. So
I mean, I feel like I've heard of it, like In and Out. I feel like it's like their special sauce or something. I don't eat.
This is only like a Utah thing, but they have mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together apparently. In other states, they call them mayo chup. Mayo chup. So along with that, and diversity. Diverse foods.
I mix mayonnaise and barbecue sauce, and I eat it with French fries.
Yeah.
My parents think it's weird, but it's good.
It's fine. It's fine, Brittany. So Sidney, with the question, what diversity means to you, along with all these tangents?
Well, my answer is not as good as Brittany's, but in my definition of diversity is just people who have different things about them, and it's kind of just like what people use against them, kind of. It's like they pick out that one thing and they use it against them, but the people who have the different things, they come together, and they don't care really.
Yeah.
In Hawaii we have so much diversity, but we're all blended and stuff. There's so much Asians here, there's so much like local people, so much Filipinos, Portuguese people. It's so diverse that it's hard to actually get a true definition of it here. So sorry, my answer's not as good.
No, that's great. That's a good answer. It's really like the spirit of Special Olympics, like bringing together. Yeah.
No one cares, It's kind of like here,
it's so laid back here, like no one cares what other people are doing.
For an essay I had to do, it was like, how does Japanese people have a hard time in Hawaii about? I'm like, we don't have hard things because it's so diverse that no one cares. Like everyone's just so chill.
Yeah. Utah's, we love Utah, but Utah, Hawaii. Nat, you want to finish this off with our last question? So your guys' last question is, we asked everybody that we interview this, but what does inclusion mean to you guys?
Inclusion means standing up for those individuals that don't fit the mold, uniting together as a community or team to embrace who we are inside and not trying to act like anybody else to look cool or fit in. Just be yourself. The simple acts makes it worth it by hanging out at lunchtime, helping in the classroom, and following the person on social media.
That's awesome. That's a great definition. Sidney?
Dang, great. Your definitions are so good.
I prepared last night. I was like, I don't think I can like think off my head. So
I was like, I'm gonna just wing it. But so inclusion to me is kind of the same as Britney's. People who have people who are different in ways, they come together and they basically they don't worry about having to fit in with other people because they can be themselves. And that's about inclusion.
That's great. That's great. Inclusion is talking about lots of foods.
Yes.
Lots of foods, comparing each of our states. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best.
It was
Thank you for having us.
You guys should come to Hawaii and see us.
Yeah.
I've been to Hawaii before. Went back when I was 9. My aunt got married in Hawaii. I've never been. It was a big island. That's all I can remember.
If you ever come, though, you need to try this place called The Kitchen. And they have this thing called fried spam with sabis. It's spam with sabi, but do you guys know what furikake is? It's like the nori. So they put the nori and then it's like, the bread on the outside.
Yeah.
And then it's just the spam and it tastes so good. Like, on Maui, it's called The Kitchen, like DA Kitchen.
Like writing it down for future reference. I mean,
the kitchen is like near the airport, so
yeah.
They
also have good other local foods there too.
I want to go travel to Utah. Isn't it like cold? Like
it's so cold. Yeah, so come in summer. Well, fall. Fall is really nice. Yeah, I mean, you should totally come visit. Yeah, and I'll see you guys.
Like, there's Chick-fil-A. And
Jamba Juice. And a lot of.
And then there's like, I watch YouTube a lot, so I watch this Utah family, and they go to Swig. For me, I don't drink soda at all. I can't handle the carbonation. All I drink here is Pog, and fruit punch and smoothie milkshakes. Like water.
Delicious. So. Well, thank you guys again so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having us. It was really fun.
You're always amazing to get to talk to. You guys.
Yes,
You guys
it was
too.
so much fun.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, Sydney.
Bye, Britt.
Thank you to Sidney Tanaka and Britney Bautista for being on our podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KatnNat Podcast. Also, follow our private accounts at KDM Hut and Nat Squeaks. We out.